We're live. Perfect. There we go. Alright, perfect. Now, some music. Hello everyone, my name is Namek and welcome to tonight's cooking chatting stream. How is everyone doing? Today is Tuesday. I hope everyone's having a wonderful summer. It's certainly been a pretty good one for me so far. Well, kind of. Went to work today, made some money, and hopefully I can pay off my bills, and once I do that, I can actually start playing some more games. Hello, Ned. Hey, welcome. Welcome. Speaking of which, I wanted to get all of your opinion on something. I came up with this idea last night, and believe it or not, and my mod seems to be on board with it. So I'll share it with you guys right here. And it's that I want to add cooking to my stream, as well as whatchamacallit, as well as playing games. But I cannot play games and cook at the same time. It's just too dangerous. Ned, I think you were here and you agree with me. I think I told you this idea before. So what I came up with was that after playing a horror game, right? Yeah. So after, if the stream is going to start with me playing some kind of horror game or RPG or any game, and every time I either get jump scared or death, I will be adding some kind of weird item to my dinner. So for example, tonight I am making risotto. You can call it that. This is a budget version of it. And what then, you guys are going to try and ruin my dinner by making me add some weird stuff to it. So for example, I'll show you in a bit and show you that I'm not lying. I just need some testing on this. But of course, you guys cannot ask me to make some Wagyu beef because it's too expensive. And certainly you guys can't ask for, say, I don't know, Tide Pods, because it's dangerous. I'll probably get banned for that. So we'll eat it right there. But tonight, after finishing my dinner, or finish cooking my dinner, I will be adding the weird ingredients to it. I think this could make some pretty cool viral videos. This also gets you guys involved. So if you guys ever want me to add, I don't know, let's say you guys want me to make some spaghetti. Fine, no problem. But the issue, but instead of just adding, so I can make a spaghetti, but let's say you want me to put, I don't know, blueberries in there, or maybe some really spicy hot sauce in there, then yeah, I can do that. I can accommodate that. That's not a big deal for me. So I think that's going to create a pretty interesting stream. So I want to get all of your opinion on it. I think Ned is on board with that. So is everyone else. Hello, Pro. Welcome. I don't know if you're new here or you're old, but I don't remember seeing your name. But either way, welcome. Welcome to my cooking and chatting stream. I was just discussing a new format for my stream, which is you guys get to ruin my dinner. So every night, after playing a horror game, depending on how bad I do, you guys, I will have to be forced to use some ingredients that I usually don't use in my cooking. It's gonna be kind of fun. Let's see. By the way, this is a very... You're the big monkey? I think I remember you. Either way, welcome back. But yeah, so tonight, just to prove you guys that I am kind of serious, as you can see on my right, I have my cheese, I have my garlic, I have my butter, peas, and whatever. They're all good to go for a good risotto, which is a good dinner, right? Well, what happens if you guys are involved? What happens if I played a game before and and let's say I died once. Let's say I add a banana in there. Or honey. Something ridiculous. Hey Ben, welcome back. Good to see you. Tonight's just chatting. If you are feeling better or your mic is better, feel free to join me in chat. Oh, Ned is saying got 6 teaser images posted for your game in Discord server to give y'all first look. Sounds good. Can I play Roblox? It depends on the game. It depends on the game. I prefer to play horror games though. If there's a single player horror game, feel free to recommend it to me in my Discord and I will play it. Preferably, I do not have to play whatchamacallit, a game that requires me to spend money on Roblox or, you know, buy Robux or something like that. So, see ya, Ben. Anyways, that'll make a pretty interesting stream. But what's nice is that, do I have a Discord? Yeah, just go on pin message on top. I believe that's where my Discord is, my invite is. And when I'm playing horror games, I will allow you guys to get into VC. If you guys can jump scare me, it'll make the stream more interesting, wouldn't you say? So, I think that'll make a pretty good content. Bad cooking, rather good cooking ruined by bad chat, by bad community. And a good stream, horror stream, gets ruined by a bad community. I think that's what I like to do. Anyways, this is my cheaper version of a risotto. If you don't know what risotto is, just go watch Gordon Ramsay. It's an Italian dish. All it is kind of like porridge. Is it offensive to say risottos are porridge? Almost like saying sandwiches are burgers or burgers are sandwiches, wouldn't you say? But it's quite an easy dish to make. It's just that you have to keep continually to stir it. I obviously don't have any stocks, like chicken stocks or whatever, but I will use this. Bouillon powder, which is artificial chicken flavor. Because that's the only thing I have. Like I said, this is a very cheap dinner. The only thing that's not cheap is probably the risotto rice. And that's because it's, well, I cannot really replace it, if you get what I mean. Speaking of Roblox game, I got a game that I was speaking of last night. Got through the final level. Enjoyed it quite a bit. The atmosphere was great. It was really fun. Well, if you want me to see me play it, recommend it in the Discord then. I do want to get back to some more horror. I'm actually quite itching to play Five Nights at Freddy's, or rather Five Nights at Wario's again, especially the challenges, the daytime challenges. You're raising your hand, Pro? Why? It's not like I can see it. Anyways, anything going on with you guys this week? I am super excited about playing Deltarune after I finish Wario's, Five Nights at Wario's. After that, we will be playing one session of, I believe it was Seabass's recommendation. It's called, what is it called? Terraria. That's right, Terraria. You're on stage in Discord right now? Nice. You're welcome to join me in a chat.
Keeping tabs on me. No, I'm not.
Or you can just keep typing away. The reason I love cooking streams, bro, is that I'm able to chat with people. Not many people have chatted with me on stream other than my mods. I guess people are shy, which is fine. But I do most of the talking if you are the shy type. Talk about anything. The only thing I don't want to talk about is obviously religion or politics. But anything else. Speaking of which, I don't know if you actually got, those of you who have a disposable income, how is the Switch 2 treating y'all? If you guys are actually able to find one. Can you? Of course you can. There's you guy. There you are. Of course you can. I prefer chatting streams, bro. I prefer chatting streams over anything else. Because it just helps me relax. It's like having a free friend for a couple hours. Almost like a speed dating, you know? Except we don't have to know each other. We don't have to get that close. It's good to know that. It's quite exciting because you can see me, but I obviously cannot see you. I don't know if you're a girl, boy, whatever. But yeah, like for example, Ben, his mic is still not fixed yet, but he asked me to play, what is that game called? Watch Dogs 2. It says it's one of his favorite games of all time. And Ubisoft, curiously, is one of his favorite developers. And I always ask, why? As in, why is Ubisoft's box so beloved by you? Because to me, it is it's a major red flag for me when I hear a game is made by Ubisoft. Open world, boring gameplay, badly told stories, but you never know, right? Just gotta get yourself a mic. So if I can't hear you or I can't hear you clearly, then there's nothing I can do. I love this song, by the way. Any of y'all play Final Fantasy IX before? This is probably my favorite song other than the main theme, Melodies of Life. And this song is played during a very, very emotional moment in the game. Something that I think a lot of people can actually relate to. The song is called I Am Not Alone. I won't give away any spoilers for the game, but in a moment, this is where the main character was kind of having a identity crisis. Basically, he thinks that his friends or whatever are better off without him, and yet his friends just wouldn't leave him alone. Thus the name, You Are Not Alone. And it was quite an emotional moment. I remember the first time I played this section and that song hit, I say, man, this song not only slaps, but it gets you. One of the things that RPGs always gets right, usually, is that there's at least a couple of songs that are bangers. Thus, if I show you my soundtrack collection, I'd say probably at least 40 to 50% are from video games. The others are either from anime, movies, or songs in general. Rarely do I hear songs from singers. I prefer these kind of songs, which are mainly instruments. I don't have anything against lyrics. It's just that I prefer instruments. Because if you compare it to a regular song, songs are usually telling you what to feel, probably, because they have words in it, right? Or what the singer is feeling. Where songs like this, you can interpret it in different kind of ways. This cooking a risotto, by the way, is actually kind of boring. You just kind of keep stirring. Control the heat. And then after you're done, you add flavor. If you don't know what this is, it's basically kind of like rice cooked al dente, which means have a bite, and then covered in sauce. And the sauce is mainly made from stock, starch, and cheese. That's it. I forgot to add the garlic in the beginning, but oh well, doesn't matter. I should have added it in the beginning, but the sauce is made from starch, butter, and cheese. That's it. Try not to overcook it. Okay, it's almost done. Turn down the heat. One of the easiest dishes that you'll ever make. If you ever want to impress a girl, try cooking this dish. It's super simple, super easy, but people think that it is hard and it is fancy. It's not. I've been to restaurants before and they only give you like a small portion of risotto. It costs like $15 or something. Not really worth it. If you ever go to an Italian restaurant, the only thing I order are pizzas. Because other dishes like carbonara, alfredo, or pasta aioli, I know how to make those at home. There's no need for me to pay for it. Yeah, I really should have added the garlic in the beginning, but it's fine. Just gotta cook it until it's translucent. I put a stupid amount of butter in there though, to make up for it. This is smelling good. It's smelling delicious. Stupid knife. Also browsing the developer YouTube channel. Apparently that game I finished, Frigid Dust, is getting Chapter 1 remaster, which I think is very well needed because the quality difference between Chapters 1 and 2 is crazy. You never know. I guess the only one that I can give you an example of, based on the games that I played, Ned, will be Poppy Playtime. I'm sure you know that game, right? Because Chapter 1 was like an introduction game. Chapter 2 was actually, although I didn't find it as scary, but I did find the puzzles quite intriguing. And then Chapter 3, the quality was like through the roof. It scared me, the puzzles was fun, it was exhilarating. Catnap was a really good antagonist. And then finally, but of course, Chapter 4 was, in my opinion, a disappointment. My knife sucks.
Make the most of your budget with Father's Day gifts that are free with select purchase.
Cutting with a blunt knife is not safe, especially on a table like this. I love Poppy Playtime, and I think it's time for them to end it. I don't think I want to drag on. I told you before, Ned. It's the Chapter 4 was dragged on for way too long. And even though I like the story more, the gameplay was just not there for me. Hey Sam, good to have you back, buddy. I am cooking risotto. I don't know how familiar you are with Italian cuisine, but yeah, this is my version of it. Cheap version. I did not use any fresh stocks. And I'm not going to use any real cheese because I'm too poor, so I'm going to use this. This is popcorn seasoning, garlic parmesan flavor. Damn, it's all caked up too. Haven't used this in a while. I mean, if you guys see a real risotto, they use real parmesan, right? And they grate like half of that block of cheese. You know how much parmesan costs here in the US? Jesus. People use it like as if they're using, I don't know, eggs or something, and eggs are expensive right now. Well, not as expensive as before, it's gone down a bit, but it's still expensive. The main thing with risotto is that you just gotta make sure the rice is not overcooked. Oh yeah. Perfect. And that's it, guys. This is the risotto. See, I want it a little bit creamier. So what I'm gonna do is cook it off just a little bit more. I've already used half a stick of butter, and then I'm gonna use a little bit more butter. Don't judge, because what makes risotto so good is really just butter. You want that creamy silk. Shit. Oh well, might as well add all of it in there. Shit, that is half a stick of butter. Fine. It's still good though. More butter. Hey, if you guys ever go to a restaurant, I promise you, what makes it taste so good is just freaking butter. Okay? There you go. That's what I want. That's the texture. That's the glow, the sheen that I want in a risotto. Hey, Seabass, welcome. Don't worry. I promise to play Terraria soon. And you know what? By the way, Sam and Seabass, I have a proposition for you. I'm gonna change up my stream just a little bit, which is that, for example, I'm gonna be starting to play horror games or RPG, whatever, and I'm gonna add a little bit of twist to it. During my gameplay, not only will I want you guys to actually come into my voice chat and try to jump scare me, or if the game is hard, try to make me die, because the more that I die, the more punishment I get, and by punishment, I mean that when I finish the game and I'm gonna make my dinner. For example, this is my dinner. And this looks so delicious. Oh, that's good. And I want you guys to ruin it. So for example, if I died once, I add a random ass ingredient. So for this one, I'm gonna add a banana. Oh God. Ruining a good dinner. So yeah, that's the challenge I'm gonna do. During the cooking session, you guys get to ruin my dinner and ruin my my gameplay. The only thing I ask is that if I'm playing an RPG or something, or any games, just don't add. Fuck! That is terrible. This is sacrilege. This is sacrilege. Oh my god, this is. It's like someone give you a really good cake and then puked all over it. Oh my god. Oh, seeing banana in there. And why don't I add one more? How about some honey? So if you guys want to, this will get you guys involved a little bit. This also will probably make a pretty viral video, saying a guy making a pretty questionable risotto, only to fuck it up in the end, and making it even worse. You know what? It doesn't look too bad. I can barely see the banana, and the honey is giving it a golden shine. Hopefully you guys are not Italian, because you guys are probably having a heart attack right now. Looking at fan art? Sure. Fan art. Ooh. Whoa! Kira drew this? That is phenomenal. Is there where I can... Oops. Can I... Well, I just gotta look at this way then. Can I rotate it? Nope. I cannot rotate it. It's fine. Name of art. Del Horsey. You're missing an E, by the way. This is some beautiful arts, guys. You guys have been drawing some really beautiful arts. Thankfully, not of me. And by the way, this is Ned's art. He draws very questionable beings. And what I liked about it, especially here, is that he can draw something that is very cartoonish and innocent looking, only for it to end up looking like this. It's the contrast between the two that I really love. It's like you take something very innocent, childlike, and something that doesn't seem to be a threat, and then you let your guard down, only to throw it back in your face. Oh man. So feel free to send me whatever. Nice. Thanks for reminding me, Seabass. Painting the horse. Beautiful. And yes, FF9 is one of my favorite Final Fantasies. Don't know how many of you guys played it. I played through it about 4 times. It's not my favorite, but it is definitely in my top.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Maybe 3 or 4. Alright guys, here it is. Risotto, perfect risotto ruined by banana and honey. Thanks to this new challenge. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if I'm gonna throw up or not. It actually doesn't look too bad. You know what? I'm actually not hating it as much as I thought. It's a sweet, it's like oatmeal, but with cheese in it. You know how some people likes to put honey in fried chicken? I never understood it until I tasted it. But this is actually pretty decent. I don't hate it. It tastes strange, and I feel like I shouldn't like it, but I do. I kind of do dig it in some way. Will I do this again? No. But the honey isn't that bad, and the banana, because it's being sweet, isn't all that intrusive. I don't recommend it. I think the cheese flavor should still be there, but it tastes sweet with a side of cheese flavor. Sweet cheese. I mean, honey with cheese actually does work, does it? And they had the saying, it was fun coming up with these creatures designed for those characters. If only I was a game developer. I really did. I could use you guys. Where's the game recommendation tab? Here you go. YouTube recommendations for Nut. Here you go. You got YouTube videos and you got games. And if you have any questions, there you go. Simple. Come at me, Italians. I like this. It's not as bad as I thought. In fact, I'd say it's pretty good. If I had to rate it, honey banana risotto on the scale of 10, I give this probably maybe a 6.5, maybe a 7. It's actually pretty good. I'm actually enjoying it more than I think I'm supposed to. So feel free to ask me for any sort of, tell me to add whatever food you guys want in here. Just nothing toxic and nothing expensive. In fact, I'm gonna spice this up even more by adding the ultimate Chinese sauce, sriracha. Oh yeah. Sriracha makes everything better. For me. If only I can become the official sponsor of Sriracha. Surprisingly, by the way, guys, one of the foods, my go-to foods for energy, if I am on a diet, is actually bananas with Sriracha. It actually tastes really good. I'm not a big fan of bananas, especially ones that are super ripe like this. But if I add a little bit, like a good amount of Sriracha on there, it actually tastes really good. That could be a fun one, Seabass. I just have to go buy it, and I'm gonna add it to my dinner. You know what I mean? So for example, if you come to my stream in the beginning, right, I'm gonna play a game, say Five Nights at Freddy's or something like that. If I get jump scared once, or I die, depending on what game it is, then I have to add one ingredient. If it's like a, one chip challenge, which is really bad for me. You know what? If I get jump scared like 5 times, you can use that as a token and then say, hey, add this to your dinner tonight. And I will try my best to finish the dinner. I swear if I put this on TikTok or in Instagram, people will go, probably, I don't know, the mafia will send a cease and desist. Or else I face the wrath of the entire Italian population. But I'm not backing down. I like this. I like this dish. Maybe too much sauce, but that's because of the honey and the stupid amount of butter. I was actually gonna do fried rice tonight, but I didn't have any old rice. So if I put honey, so that's why I had the banana and the honey ready. As in, because I'm Chinese and I love fried rice, if I see someone putting bananas and honey in fried rice, I probably walk up to them and smack them in the face, because it just offends my very being. So I was supposed to do that. One chip challenge, because that's just spiciness. Maybe you guys should do something a little bit better, like gummy worms or dark chocolate in, I don't know, on a soup or something like that. You guys can give me some hints or some imaginations. I told my chat about this. Kira, Wolf, and Lucifer knows about it. They're on board with it. Just don't make sure you don't put ingredients like, for example, mouthwash. I will not be doing that. Currently, I do not have health insurance, so I do not want to end up in the hospital. Although that one chip challenge might give me some issues.
Work goes smoothly when you know the right steps. With Asana, you can coordinate tasks across teams and stay on track, so your team can spend more time celebrating wins.
So I'm gonna
Try it for
probably
free
start doing
at
it tomorrow.
asana.com.
If not, then maybe this weekend. I don't know where to find Sinai Seabass, but at the same time, pretty sure that's against terms of service. You guys don't want to see someone unalive themselves, right? Lysol chicken? Well, I don't think Lysol is edible. I don't think I can get uranium. Ned is asking, can I have a look at the teaser I posted in the video game stuff? Sure. This one? I'm assuming it's this one, right? Frigid Dusk? Top or the bottom one? Which one? Official release trailer? Humvee, what's up? It's been a while. What are we cooking? Risotto. Italian dish. A famous dish cooked by Gordon Ramsay. And then I fucked it up by adding banana and honey. And believe it or not, it actually tastes really good. I can get uranium technically. Well, I'm also poor, remember? So I can afford a banana, maybe a bottle of honey. But I don't know if I can afford uranium. Video game stuff? Oh, there we go. Okay, you're talking about this game, right? And that's the thing, Humvee. That's what we were talking about. Basically, I think I'm gonna do a little bit of I know you guys already heard this, but I gotta catch Humvee up. And it's that I'm going to change the format a little bit. You guys can join me on Discord and whatever, on voice chat. And when I'm playing horror games, the amount of death and jump scares I get will determine how bad my dinner will be. So if I die one time, maybe I only add one thing to my dinner. Like say if I'm making a steak. If I die 5 times, like for example, what Seabass is saying, I can add either chocolate or maybe the 1 chip challenge. It's up to you guys to decide. Yeah, no worries, Humvee. It's just a cooking stream. I'm just chilling. I find it quite fun. And let's see, Ned just recommended me to look at this. I don't know what to expect. This is a Roblox game. Okay, first of all, I don't know if I can read that. It says I have waiting alone. It's always creepy as something down here beeping through the shampoo of the girl in the distance. Happy to be by my side. He's one of the only people left. Activity formed condom with my sudden Gohan. I don't know what that means. But the atmosphere is here. You don't need super realistic graphics. There's just something about being in a dark place and your imagination runs wild. Fear is one of the many fears that people have is just the unknown. Okay. Huh. Bunch of hands. I'm guessing these are either prosthetic hands or someone is really has a hand job, a fetish. We got an M4 rifle right here. I shot these in real life. This looks like a barrel. Eyes. I don't know what to say here. Black and red is very typical of horror. This looks like a bridge. Is that supposed to be a river of blood? Maybe we are underground or something. In the top left, maybe like a... I don't know, looks... For some reason, it looks like a giant heart to me. There we go. Maybe this is a... crematorium? I don't know what to say. I'm very confused because it's all dark and red, full of weird stuff. So maybe there's limbs everywhere. I see eyeballs. I see hands. What does this mean? C. Some kind of underground bunker. This reminds me, for some reason, a bit of Poppy Playtime. Don't tell me this is an underground, children experimental lab. Huh. I don't know, Ned. It's got me intrigued. See, this would work for me. The environment works for me in terms of scariness. However, if I see like a Roblox character, which is, your average 1x1, your average, Lego block character, that automatically takes away some of the scariness factor of it. It's like, okay, this is Roblox. There's nothing to it. Because I don't find Lego blocks characters to be scary. I find them goofy. So it kind of ruins the environment. So if I was playing this game, I hope it's a single player. If it is a single player, and the monsters do not look like Lego blocks, then I think I'm in a hell of a time. Single player first person game. Okay, that's good because that means I don't have to see my own characters. So that's a plus, and it's single player. So right now I'm just hoping that the monsters in here are actual looking like monsters rather than Lego monsters. Do you want me to watch the trailer or something like that? The teaser? Is there? But you did recommend this game, did you? Yeah, you did. Frigid Dusk. That's the game that you played, right? Huh. Well, then let's watch this then. Music pause. Discord play. Let's go. See, this is what I mean. If I see these characters in the game, it kind of takes away at least 30 to 40% of the scariness factor out of it. This looks like either a single player with a multiplayer game, so it's like a co-op game. Basically, you go into this haunted warehouse, it seems, and you collect items and figure out the lore or the story while trying to survive the monsters, right? I think that's pretty much it. The only issue, my personal issue, is that I don't like to see the Roblox figures. It takes away some of the scares for me, especially when it's co-op. If it's single player, I was wondering if there's a way to turn off the arms and stuff, because it just makes it look kind of like what is this? What am I doing? What am I looking at here? When it comes to your game, it's going to be similar to Backrooms, with the main setting being a world called the Halls. Really? I think what would be interesting, Ned, was that the thing with Halls, what makes it effective is actually quite, even though it's kind of repetitive, it's the atmosphere. However, if you're gonna can you make something a little bit more claustrophobic? As in, Like maybe take the ability to run or sprint sometimes. Nothing scares me more than either trapped in the middle of the ocean and the pitch of dark, or being inside a cave and you can't run, so you have to like crawl around and you do not know where to go. The main fear that I have when it comes to horror is always going to be not knowing where to go, because having direction gives you a sense of safety, and when you do not know where to go and you cannot see much, it puts you in a very panicky mode. This is why when I play a lot of horror games in the beginning, it is the most effective way. It's usually the most scariest part of the game for me, for most games, for the most horror games that I play, because you're still trying to learn the mechanics, you're trying to figure out what is going on, you're trying to get a feel of the game. After maybe a few tries, and maybe you get a sense of feel, then you have a bit of sense of feeling of security. But if you can take that away, you know, that would be something really, really scary and uncomfortable. You completed Frigid Dusk on single player, but it can be multiplayer. Then I would say it's probably better on single player than multiplayer. It adds a level of goofiness to it, okay? Even if you're playing the most hardcore horror game, like I know for a fact that Wolf has been asking me to play The Back Room for a while. And while if I was in that game alone and in VR, would I find it scary? Hell yeah. If I have him with me, whether he's right next to me or I can't see him, it takes away some of the fear factor, because I mean, you have someone accompany you, an ally that you know is an ally, and so it gives you a sense of security. And two, depending on your dialogue with each other, it just leads to some goofiness. So that takes away some of the fear as well. By then, it kind of defeats the purpose of a horror game. So if I'm not scared that much, then I don't see the point. It's more like going to a haunted house, like by your high school. Oh shit! Why did I lose connection? Crap. Always. Crap. Did OBS just crash? Hey guys. OBS just... What's up, Zoop? Yo, Zoop. Is the stream okay? Hello? Yeah, my OBS my OBS is a little bit, just needed to reconnect. Right, is it okay now? Better now? Can you guys hear me? OBS just reconnected. There we go. Okay, awesome. We're good to go, Zoop? Perfect. I've been fine? Okay, cool, because my OBS literally just said it crashed. Or reconnected, whatever. And I don't know why. It's not like I'm doing anything. Anyways, Ned is saying there will be very little opportunity where you will see a Roblox type game character in your game. Alright, that sounds good then. Seabats wants to do VC? Sure. There you go. The only thing that I'm not understanding is that if you guys come in here into the audience, do I add you or what? I know you can hear me, but if you're in the audience, that means I cannot hear you. If you guys come up here, then I can hear you. If you have a mic, of course. But do I have to actually invite you? I don't know how it works. Usually Kira or Wolf does this.
Now at Verizon, we have some big
Is
news
that it?
for your peace
Invite
of
to
mind.
speak?
For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices.
There you go. Well, I sent an invite. I don't think I can do much more. Oh, so that's what it means by raising your hand. Oh shit, my bad. Guys, I'm sorry. I still needed to learn. I think... damn it. Someone was asking me, like, I raised my hand. Yeah, so that's what pro meant. I see all the way back there. So I have to literally... Oh, there we go. There you go. I invited. There we go. Seabass, if you're there, I know you can hear me, but I don't know if I can hear you just yet. This is not my problem now. This is just his or hers. I hear no voice. Well, he's on mute, so I can't do anything about that. He is muting himself, so it's not like I can unmute his stream or his computer. I've heard your voice before, Zoop. Not that I remember much, but we were in Roblox. I think we were playing Halls, right? That was quite fun. You and Kira made it quite far, and that was pretty impressive. It works. I'm not muting you. You're not muted. You're muting yourself. I can't do anything. Yeah, doors run with crazy fun. I had fun with that. It's just too bad that the thing with a lot of Roblox games is that I understand the urge to make money, but some of those levels you guys saw at the very end was kind of stupid. It was very unfair. So it kind of forces you to buy, you know, advantages. I think it was like you get extra keys, extra life, or a flashlight or something like that. Those kind of mechanics. I mean, that's what I expect from gacha kind of games. Although I wouldn't say Roblox is a gacha game. Anytime you can make people to pay for certain materials, cosmetics or whatever, you would, because you make a crap ton of money. Putting voice changer on? Well, I'll be waiting. I don't mind. I got nothing to do. And by the way, Zoop, I just finished my dinner, which was making a risotto. That was actually quite delicious. But I also tried to make F it up by adding bananas and honey to it. And it turned out quite good for me. It actually turned out quite delicious. So every time I play games, I thought about make like a challenge, which is based on how many deaths and jump scares I have. You guys get to decide what I put in my meal. I don't think this is good enough, which is just banana and honey. So maybe you guys should do something a little bit more extreme, but it cannot be toxic or expensive. So Seabass here recommended me to play, to put the super spicy chip. Maybe I can do that. Well, you left, so there you go, Seabass. You left. I did not do anything. My mouse was right here. Can't hear me while doing VC? That's a computer's PC setup though. I mean, I had chat with other people and they were okay. Maybe the stream is a little bit have a more of a delay. That I understand. But streaming should be alright. Zoop is saying, not sure why part of a banana honey reminds you of rice milk ever. Try it. I did. Your mom makes it sometimes is pretty good. That's what I'm saying. If you ever had risotto, it's just after adding those stuff to it, it tastes kind of like an oatmeal, but it's sweet, but it has a little bit of flavor of cheese in there, and I kind of liked it. And then you got your pepper and your garlic in there, which I thought I would hate, but I don't. I actually thought it was actually kind of nice. I don't feel sick. I did not want to like it, but I strangely do. The one thing you hate about a lot of Roblox horde is you have to pay to revive. I think that's kind of stupid. I mean, yeah, from a player's perspective, yes, it is dumb. But from a developer's standpoint, it's how they make money. So, you have no idea a lot of these games. There's a reason why in China, there's a lot of game developers, believe it or not, but they all focus on those cell phone games or some kind of RPG that drains the crap out of your bank account. You wanted this, I mean, take Genshin Impact, for example. Oh, I knew exactly what it was when I just started playing. I was like, it's free to play, but you gotta pay to win. And every time I have this mechanics, put into my head, every time I sense that this is where the game is going, as that kind of mechanic, it just takes a lot of the enjoyment out of the game for me. So take it however you want. It's not like I don't understand it, but I don't have to like it either. Sweet and salty is good combo, even though it gets pretty weird sometimes. I know. Zoop, you should if you are in the US, I don't know if you are, but I was very skeptical when my friends took me to have fried chicken with waffles and what is it? It was fried chicken with waffles and dripped with maple syrup. I thought that was the most revolting, weirdest thing that I've ever seen. Until my friends forced me to come with them and try for themselves. And then when I had it, it's like my mind was wide open. I still remember the eyes, how my eyes felt, how my jaw just kind of dropped. I was like, oh my god, this is actually really, really good. I couldn't stop eating it. So that was my experience. So I'm not one to judge anyone on that. Wait, Seabass, I'm muted? No, I'm not. This is muted, right? This is muted. Now I'm muted. No, I'm not. And this is on Discord. I should be alright. Ah. But anyways, I'll be getting back to playing more Horde because as Seabass, you were pretty upset that I still haven't tried Terraria yet, so I'll be doing it tomorrow, alright? I'll be starting Five Nights at Wario's 3 again, doing the daytime challenge, and then Thursday, Wario's 4, and then Origins. After finishing that, I should be able to get to Terraria next week, alright? Couldn't hear me on Discord. I think my mic is fine because for example, if this thing is green, it means that Discord can hear me. Yeah. Heisenchrome, funny. So that's Yuzu. Who's better at drawing, Kira or you? I'm gonna have to say Kira. Just being honest here. Don't be offended. So Zoop can hear me. There you go. So Seabass, I mean, unless you want to try again, I can help you, but it looks like it's more of your setup than mine. It's probably because depending on your input. I had trouble with that as well. So when your computer needs to recognize what sound from Discord is coming out, you want it to attach to whatever earpiece or headphone that you have. Same thing with the mic. So like Zoop said, it looks like it is your setup. You want to try again? All right, invite to speak. There you go. Anything? Anything? I'll invite to speak again. There's nothing else I can do.
This summer's hot tech deals are at Best Buy.
Just gotta make sure it's connected correctly. Trust me, Seabass. And Zoop, you have no idea. When I started streaming the OBS thing, all this other stuff was absolutely... It's like learning a second language to me, because I never messed with these stuff before. And then, slowly but surely, I learned to understand, at the very least, the basics of it. And sometimes when you change your computer, or a new headphone, or a new input jack, then your computer sometimes, like, switches from the device that you want to default, which is really weird. But afterwards, I was able to figure it out. It's not too difficult. Invite to speak. Can't do anymore. Zuba saying, tell me about it, man. Tried OBS for the first time. I had to sit there watching a black screen for 10 minutes dying inside. There's a lot of good videos, believe it or not. So I learned mine from this guy. This guy's name is Stream Scheme. OBS. Yeah, it's this guy right here, Stream Scheme. He is also a streamer, but this video is the one that helped me a lot. You can take his advice on streaming as well, on 0 to 100 viewers, whatever. But I needed his help with setting it up. And he does a really good job of explaining what you're supposed to do. And then trying to say and then there are other things like on the OBS, which is the quality of your image or internet, or you have to figure it out. That's the part that got me the most. And then when you record a stream, like you don't want all the audio to mix in together at once, you need to separate it. That was a pain in the ass, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, use this guy. This is the guy that I learned from. Name is Stream Scheme. I forgot his name though. Seabass, you good? Anything else? Zoop, what is this hand thing? This green hand? I'm pretty sure I did everything correctly, right? Do I need to do anything else with him? When the hand is black, it means it's just raised. When it's green, it means they are invited. Okay, got it. It's just up to Seabass to join. Got it. Is there a way I can just auto-invite everyone? I'm just curious. If they come into my audience, they're just automatically invited. Can they do that, or do I have to do it manually for each one? Just curious. I see. Technically, yes, if you make another VC where you don't have to go in, you can go right in. Got it. Well, Seabass, you were just in, and Ned is in here. There you go. I invited both of y'all if you guys wanted to join. I'm pretty sure I heard Ned's voice before.
Hello?
Yep, I hear you. It's a little faint, but that's because I have the music up. So I can hear him. There we go. Yeah. Ned, I can hear him. I don't know why you're muted, Seabass. That's not me. This is not me. So yeah, Ned came in to help out. As you can see, he can join just fine. I can hear him. But
Indeed.
yeah, there you go.
Also, how is everyone?
Wolf is usually in whatchamacallit. He's on vacation right now. He'll be back on the 12th. Kira comes in and out sometimes. Zoop hops in a couple of times a while. But the last time where I had a lot of people, that was like a lot of my old members from my old the community came back. Like Crack, Half Eye, those guys came back. I used to have quite a bit, but I don't know. I stopped streaming for like a month and a half, and even before then, I was in a very rough spot for the past couple of months, and I didn't want to stream. And I was more or less ignoring Discord, not knowing how important Discord was in terms of streaming. So, yeah, so technically right now I am more or less starting over. So that, hopefully that answers your question. Hopefully you don't feel too left out.
Oh no, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. I'm not a...
Does it work?
Now it works. There you go, Seabass. Now I hear you. Congrats. There you go.
For Guard.
What was I gonna say? So yeah, if I am... I would love it when the Secrets of the Mimic comes out. You guys can just join me, join the voice chat. So you guys can come in and out. Because if I'm in VR, I cannot read chat. Period. There's no... I've tried looking into it. Can I see chat on live on the Quest 3? None of that is available. And there's also a bit of delay as well. So it would be awesome if I can play Secrets of the Mimic or any games in VR where you guys can either help me out like the voices in my head, or you guys can try and jump scare me. Because Wolf did once, and it gave me quite the fright. So
I have no idea how that works, but I think personally you should get Grounded and Grounded 2.
is that a game?
It's a game.
Grounded 2.
Grounded 2 hasn't released yet.
Alright, the game.
But
It
Grounded's
sounds
on
like...
sale right now, so...
Well, it's 40 bucks. I can get 2 tanks of gas with that price.
It should be half off.
Well, it says on Steam, which is probably where I'm gonna play it. There you go, 40 bucks. If it says $4.99, yeah, I'll consider it. But I'm sorry, this can buy me two tanks of gas, and I need it for my job. Sorry, man. That's how broke I am. Yeah, Zoop, Secrets of the Mimic in VR. I mean, it is playable in VR, right?
Secret of the Mimic might be the game I'm most excited for currently that's like coming out soon.
I don't know about being too excited about it, mainly because my last impression from what is it, Steel Wool was, what is it, Security Breach. I had very mixed feelings about that game. Some of it was great, some of it was just utterly mind-blowingly janky. I played it on the PS5, and that there is some section that makes me want to tear my hair out. If I played it on PC, it probably would have been better.
Yeah, that's very fair. I personally have checked out the other Steel Wool games, but yeah, that is very fair.
Yeah. There are some things that I liked about that game, and it also, but most of the scary part is just basically kind of, how do I say it? Due to how janky the game is. and I was very confused about the map. Maybe that was on purpose. So when I first played it, the first few jump scares I got, I remember, was basically when Gregory was just running towards the exit and then the mall closed, right? So you can't escape. I was like, well, now what? So I went to the safe spot on the wall, and what happened was I literally just saved. As soon as I finished saving, I died, and it was, I think, either Chica or Roxy, just literally standing right beside me. It was a funny jump scare because I was just like talking or chatting with you guys on stream, and as soon as I put the menu down, boom, I died. That was actually a pretty good clip. So that's my feeling with that game. It's scary, but also funny, and also kind of, again, just technically kind of weird.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think like Security Breach for me is kind of mixed. Like, I don't hate it like most do. It definitely has some good sections that I like, but it's also not my absolute favorite in the series.
Agreed. My favorite is probably 4, just because I think it's hard, and the atmosphere, in my opinion, is still the best because it makes me feel very claustrophobic. Because you got to stare into that void of darkness, not knowing what is going on, and the timing is very, very short, depending on what difficulty it is or what night it is. That's the OG ones, and then I played Into the Pit as Zoop was asking. Adrian, what's up, man? How are you? What's up? Having a chat right now with, with everyone. Feel free to join if you like. I was just talking about Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'm gonna play Secrets of the Mimics soon. So I play Into the Pit, which I really liked the art style, but I did not find it scary. I find it kind of creepy, but definitely not scary. I think I got the normal ending, and the gameplay was okay. It wasn't something like I absolutely love. It was just one of those old school, go here, get the key, hide in here, and it was a little bit too easy. Like the hiding spots and all that stuff was just way too easy. And then following that was, what is it, Help Wanted 1 and 2, which I would say is mixed as well, because some of those games are very good. Because I loved, and I mean I loved, the trick-or-treating one, or like you gotta look on the left and the right, and then see who is hiding and who is not, and then guess who is behind the door. That was absolutely one of my favorite ones. It's fun, it's terrifying, especially in VR, and it's challenging too. The scariest one is definitely the hallway, where you have to move slowly towards the end of the hall with, I think, Nightmare Freddy behind you, and then you got Foxy, just the flash of lightning, whatever. That was really, really scary. That made me almost piss my pants. But then you got some really boring ones like bowling, like Bonnie Bowl. I don't even know that you can consider that scary. It's just literally a mini bowling game, for some reason, and some of it was pretty fun. The Halloween what is it? The DJ Max one. That one was quite good. That one was fun, but it wasn't scary. So I'm looking forward to this one because those two games are just remakes of the original, but in VR. So in this one, I really thought they were gonna do a Security Breach. I thought they were gonna do a cash grab, which is just make Security Breach, but in VR. I would have paid for it. I would have probably liked to play it. Being inside the Gregory's eyes and hiding inside Freddy would have been pretty fun. If they charged, say, $25, I probably would have played it. But for this one, I have not seen any trailers, so I don't know anything about it. The only thing that I've seen is the teaser, which is just the clown thing. I do not know any names, so don't ruin it for me. Once I saw it on Google, it was like, here's the release date. I was like, okay, I don't need to know anything about it. I just want to go in completely blind. I do not know what the gameplay is like. The only thing I know is that it's VR. So I'm looking forward to it.
For me personally, my favorite games in the series are probably like FNAF, Pizzeria Simulator, Help Wanted 2, and Into the Pit, because I feel those are the most unique experiences, and they have some really good bits, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I forgot about the pizza simulator. In fact, now that I think about it, it's the only one I have not finished. I finished 1, I finished 2, and by finish I mean like completing night 1 to 5. I don't know if I finished night 6 for FNAF 2. That one was super difficult. I did not do FNAF 3 because I didn't like the gameplay, but I have completed FNAF 3 on other versions, like on Game Jolt, where I understood it. Like there's an upgraded graphics and stuff. I just had a very hard time finding Springtrap in those cameras because my eyes were hurting, and that's on me. 4 was really fun. I have not done Sister Breach, but now that I think about it, part of the reason is because I was playing all those games that I just mentioned on my PS5. Yeah, not the most optimal thing because after playing on PC, the FNAF is not meant for a controller, or it's not as good as a mouse and keyboard. Okay, that's just how it is. I don't know what you think about that. If you tried playing on the console, it's just not good.
I can't say I have, but I will take your word for it.
I'll give you another example. So it wasn't Zoop, but it was one of my mods, Koki. He gifted me what is it? I think it was Poppy Playtime Chapter 2. That's right. He gifted me that game, and because he wanted me to play it. And when I played through Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, have you played those games, by the way?
No, but I've seen playthroughs on them, and I'm a big fan of series.
Okay. Well, I won't spoil anything. I just think it's really good. And one thing you have to know is that the gameplay is like you control hands, right? Like the stretchy hands. It's like shooting the hands into something. Well, with a mouse, it's it's much easier to aim. Plus, the left mouse is the left hand, right mouse is the right hand. Very explainable. With the controller, in one of the areas in Chapter 2, you have like 5, 6 to 8 different enemies coming at you from all sides, and using a controller a joystick on your left thumb to aim was one of the toughest and most one of the most frustrating part of that game. That's how you know that you're not supposed to play. There are some games that are meant to play on a mouse and keyboard. I almost gave up until I actually inserted a mouse and then put it on a little stool, a flat stool, and used that stool with the mouse, and that's how I beat it on my first try. So that's why I basically play the game on a handicap with controllers.
I actually do have a bit of a feel of the grab pack because I played the multiplayer game Project Playtime, which you also use the grab pack in, so yeah.
Yeah, imagine playing that but with a controller. And on top of that, I'm not very good with shooters. I'm very bad with shooters. All right. Anyways, let me know what game you are working on, as in when it releases. I'd love to play it. You can't.
I'm really awful with release windows, so I don't think I would ever feel comfortable with giving a release date like that unless I'm absolutely certain.
Well, that's what most people say on the games on Game Jolt, right? I don't ask for a release date. I just say, just let me know when you're comfortable releasing it. That's what I mean.
course.
So I was like, it could be like 5 years or 10 years or whatever. I was like, okay, sure. Just let me know when you are ready to let me know, because out of all, I think I've beaten at least 90% of all the FNAF games that I played, including all the ones on Game Jolt. You see me play a bunch of FNAFs. I don't think I'm a bad
Yeah.
player, especially considering the fact that I beat all 5-6 nights in like one stream without any knowledge. So I like to consider myself a pretty good player. I made guides on some of the hardest FNAF too, if you didn't know that. Those nights at Fredbear's was one, when I was the only one who found the cheese for that game. And then Return to Bloody Nights. I made a guide for that one. Took me 2 minutes. And then also the new one, which is, I'm actually quite looking forward to this one. What is it? Joy of Creation. This one, the new one, when it comes out, by Nixon. And this, believe it or not, this is The Office compared to the original Joy of Creation. And this one was much harder, like way harder. And the graphics is basically Silent Hill. I don't know if you've seen this before. If you've seen this game before, though.
I've definitely seen the original, and didn't they release like a demo for the new game or something?
Yeah, that's the one that I was talking about. This is the demo. The demos only has the Office revamped, both graphics and gameplay. And this one is much more challenging, and people had trouble beating it. I did not beat this demo in one stream, but after off stream, when I toggled with it a little bit, I finally understood the mechanics. And again, I made a guide on how to beat it. It was pretty simple, but it still takes a good amount of skill, and a little bit of luck too. And thank goodness, because I made my guide first, and then other people, and I've seen their guides. I think my guide's better. Or rather, I basically just give you on how to beat the game. And you just have to follow my instructions. So I'm doing cheat sheets for it. So I'm quite proud of that. So most of the people who watch me are fans of FNAF. And even though as much as I love FNAF, I do, when you play it too much, I'm sorry, but you do get kind of tired of it. You need to stay back, relax, play something else, and then come back to it. Because, you get used to all the jump scares.
Yeah, that's very fair. And I've said this before, but I'm honestly fine either way. Like, I'll be here watching and enjoying the stream. I don't really care what you're playing or what you're doing. I'll try to be here.
Thanks, Ed. I'm happy to have anyone here. But someone watches me religiously, well, religiously is a little bit cultish. I don't want you to do that. But yeah, if I'm bringing you some joy, some noise to, to make you feel comfortable. That's what I meant to do, because I stream what I think I would watch or rather tune into, and it's basically just whether it's cooking or playing a game. I just want to be able to hang around friends. And as I said before on stream, most of my friends have kids. They're no longer into this gaming lifestyle, and I was about to give up on it too until I started streaming. So it was kind of like going back in time for me, being a little bit young and playing games with my friends. Back in the day, we bring Xboxes to each other's house, and when it comes to horror games, we played a few. I would never play it, and my friends knew that, but I would always hide underneath the bed with a blankie and watch them play. And we didn't have super advanced phones back then. Back then it was still BlackBerry blocky cell phones, text and calls only. So it reminds me of those kind of days. If I can, I don't think I'm a bad streamer. It's just that it's hard to get the names out there. And plus, I still have a job. I didn't do any video editing these past 2 days because I was out working. So you guys don't know that. But having to do this, coming home or every night, whether it's to cook something or just play a game, or my favorite, just hanging out in the chat with you guys, that's great. That's always been my favorite. It's like a free therapy session, you know.
It's always been a fun time tuning in.
Good, because I hope I was part of me thinking, I was like, am I annoying you guys for being so chatty or something? I always had doubts about it, but it's good to know that I am genuinely entertaining for you guys.
I think that chatting is a big part of streaming.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I much prefer stream over making video content. It's more relaxing. I am more of myself. Because I tried making video essays, I tried doing reactionary contents without, being on live. It just feels kind of awkward for me. It's like I'm talking to nobody. But when it comes to this, I'm getting used to it. You should see when I first streamed, it was quite awkward. It was basically me talking to obviously no one in the chat and hope someone would listen to me. And then when people came in, yada yada yada. I had a lot of people watching my first couple of streams mainly because I was a horde noob. So they tuned in for, I think it was Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, that was a pretty messed up game for me to play, as probably my first horror game that I actually finished. But I loved it.
I don't think I've ever checked out that game, but I've heard good things about it, and it definitely looks like something I would be into, I think.
If you are into that kind of game, there's also My Side. This one. Misei whatever. It's basically a very interesting horror, because horror is a very nice ingredient. You mix it with something else. So horror, action, Resident Evil, horror, and just a puzzle. Then you get something like Silent Hill, right? This is basically a horror plus romance. Horror and what do you call those games? Dating sims. And I find it very, very interesting. And then I think it's an untapped potential.
Yeah, I think I've seen this game. Did it come out like last year or something?
It did.
I think I've seen you play it on stream.
I played it on stream. I would never go back to this game though, unfortunately. It has nothing to do with the game. It's just a personal preference. Because it was during this stream. I finished this game in one. I finished the game in one stream, right? Unfortunately, the very next day is that stream in the beginning. If you go back, is also the stream that was actually the last time I ever held my dog. And then the next day, she was gone. So I can never go back to this game for that particular purpose. That's why it's like, it has nothing to do with the game itself. I think it's a great game, but personal trauma on my side.
Yeah, it's very understandable. And again, really sorry about that.
Thanks. Still upsets me to this day. But either way, just gotta take it one at a time. I don't know how you guys feel about the cooking though. It's a little bit messy.
I think it's a neat addition to the streams. I don't think I've seen many cooking type segments in streams.
And that's true. Because right now, if you look on YouTube and all these, because I show you Stream Scheme and all these other people who give advice on how to be a streamer or whatever. Authentic, I have that. I know that. You don't have to be good at games. Obviously, I am not, depending on the game, of course. But lastly, they always tell me I need to make some kind of challenge or something that makes it go viral. So, for example, beating Undertale in under 30 minutes, something like that, a challenge run, or something like, kind of like the Mr. Beastification. It's kind of got that risk thing. If I don't beat this game in 1 hour, I give away $1,000. It's got some kind of stake to it. I was like, ooh, I've never seen this before. It's hard for me to do that when I just want to sit back and chill and relax and talk with people. That's not exactly a viral thing. You can do that once you're a big streamer or you have a crowd, but as a small creator, then you probably cannot do that. It's understandable. So that's why I was like, you know what? I have to do the cooking thing, and this thing has been pretty. I told you yesterday. I thought about doing cooking and gaming at the same time, but it's just too dangerous. Okay, if I'm gonna boil some noodles and I'm playing a game and I get jump scared, I could get burned and all that stuff, and it's probably against TOS on YouTube. Basically, it could be seen as self-harm. So I'd say, okay, let's forget about that. And then I thought, okay, maybe you guys can get a bit of interaction by deciding what I cook with. But it's hard to do that when I don't, the community is not as big right now. And even right now, a lot of people it's summer, so they go on vacations and all that stuff. But I think it's fine. I'm doing this for fun anyway. Trust me.
I'm sure you'll come up with something. And yeah, it's been a fun ride.
Oh, you're sounding like you're about to leave me or something. It's been fun, man. No, it's all right. It's all cool. But imagine if I'm playing Secrets of the Mimic, if you're interested in watching. And I'm going to buy this game. I saved up for this game. This is why I had to not buy Ultra Kill and the other games that you guys recommended. Because I've already had my, eyes on Deltarune and Secrets of the Mimic. I told you before, I cannot read chat live in VR. It's just not possible. There's nothing for it right now. But I can wear these, my earphones, while playing in VR, and you guys are able to give me tips, or, being assholes by jump scaring me. But believe me, you weren't there when I played this game, which is called Madison VR. This game. I don't know if you heard of this game, though.
The name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure if I've seen this.
Basically, the setting is just inside a house. That's it. And demonic presence are in there. And I played it in VR, and I scared quit 3 times, I think. I literally just threw my quest 3 down and just said, that's enough for today. I don't want to play anymore. And I've never felt so horrified and alone. The claustrophobia, in this kind of game, you like shimmy between walls. You cannot see chat, and I was extremely sensitive to anything. Even my dogs jump scared me when they came into my room. When my setup is still in my room. But trust me, this game is scary on its own, but in VR, it is unbelievably terrifying for me. And it's not a hard game. It's just mostly puzzles and visual flair. But my God, this is one of those games that I just never wish to touch or play ever again. Ever. So feel free to try it out if you dare.
It definitely looks interesting and sounds interesting.
Sure. If I play this in regular, when it's not in VR, I would still find it scary. But it wouldn't be too bad. I probably would not scared quit. I was in VR and I was panicking as hell, and I was on the verge of tears at how bad it was. So And because at least with like if I'm playing a game like this, a horror game, at the very least I have some lighting just to look around, and I have you guys in my chat section give me tips or whatever. That gives me some kind of sense of security. That's what I mean. In this game, you are all alone, and just you are. I don't want to spoil anything, but it made me. It almost made me cry, of like terror. I legit teared up. It's like I can't do this. I can't do this. I don't want to play this. I don't want to play this. It's that bad. So play it at your own risk. Okay, play it at your own risk. I even fell down a couple of times because that's how effective the jump scares were. You can go back on my YouTube channel and search for Madison, and you will see just how bad it was for me.
You know, come to think of it, I've never really gotten downright scared by anything horror. You know, like, I've mainly just found the genre cool overall.
Well, then you're one of those special people, because I'm the exact opposite. I find horror to be extremely traumatizing, and I don't like that. So I do my best to avoid it at all cost, which is why people were so excited to my friends were always excited to get me into trying to get me to try out horror because they love to see my reaction. And when I started streaming, I had no choice but to play a horror game because I'm so bad at everything else. I'm not going to be able to beat a 6-year-old kid on Fortnite, okay? That's just not me. But I can be bad, but while entertaining, which is playing horror games. I think I was the same thing with Five Nights at Freddy's as well. But those are jump scares. Those are like, haha, kiddie-friendly games. Where Madison is just pure psychological terror. There's haha horror, and then there's just downright traumatizing horror. And then there's the other ones that I just avoid at all costs is, snuff horror. You know, bloody gore stuff. I find them repulsive. But when it comes to these psychological horrors, I do, for some reason, have an innate attraction to them. But that's because I want to know, like, okay, what's the story? What's the lore? What is going on here? Even though I'm not, it's bad for me. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm very big on story and lore type stuff in games. It's definitely one of my favorite parts of horror media. The stories that get told through it.
Exactly. I wish I can have more people come and chat with me, and when it comes to these newer games I play. Recently, Expedition 33. I would love to talk about that game, but all I got were comments, and my ending analysis video was a bit controversial. It wasn't nearly as bad as the Elden Ring one, but it was still a couple people's like, well, you misinterpreted it and stuff, whatever, and that's fine.
That will happen.
I know it's the internet. You saw that one time where two trolls from what is it during my cooking stream, right? They came in and baited me into saying they baited me with some racist statements, but I took it on the chin. It was actually pretty fun trolling them back, and it was quite funny when that guy actually told me that I talked too much, man, and he just left. I felt pretty proud of myself for that. Huh?
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Just to annoy them. You know, don't give them the reaction. Give them a reaction, just not the one that they want. So that's how I roll. All right, bud. Thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight. I know it was just you and me again, but we got some other people around. But I will try to. This is a whatchamacallit, trial and error. The horror aspect, I got it, and yes, I will be earning money and I can buy more games. But the cooking or the maybe I should do some other challenges because I really want to involve you guys. You know what I mean? I don't want you guys just watch me play games. I want you guys to actually be involved in the game. There are other, because I'm not smart enough to do those games where they put mods in there and it's like they let the chat control what weapons they to use or how much health they have. That's actually quite cool. But when it comes to horror game, it's a completely different thing, right? So I'm still trying to think of a way to do that, and the only way I can think of it is with voice chat. And that's it. So hopefully, so maybe you could come up with an idea. Like every time I get jump scared or died, there has to be some kind of punishment. I don't want to eat a can of worms. I did that before. But if you have anything on your mind, let me know. It will help me out a lot.
Okay, I'll see what I can come up with, and if I have a good idea, I'll tell it.
Yeah. I like the whole making the food stuff, but but now that I've done it, it takes too long. Because it breaks away from the game, it's not immediate. And plus, if someone just comes in here, because it's like, if I let you in the VC, you jump scare me, great. You control me as like, oh, there's the bridge right here, but it's invisible. That's trolling. That's great. But there has to be some kind of punishment for me. I'm not gonna stick anything up my nose or in my eyes. Please don't do those. But something, and it has to be cheap. And I'm not shaving my head either. I'm not shaving my head. I have an image to. If I was just streaming, then I wouldn't mind. But my boss would be like, "Why the hell did you go bald? Why did you all go all monk on us in the client?" They say that I look better with hair anyway, so I can't do that just right now. So yeah, if you have any ideas, then let me know. All right.
Yeah, of course.
Cool, man. Thanks for coming in. I'll talk to you later. Okay. See you, Ned.
Peace out.